We're back with another Otome game. This is called Crimson Chains by again KHY Way by the creator. That I really do like this creator, and I do like their Otome games that they make. So if you guys want to play this game yourself, then the link will be down below. This one is with Otome game of Choso Camo from XXX Kaisen, of course. And I also like Choso too. He's one of my top 10 favorite XXX Kaisen characters, with my first being anime, of course. If you guys want to watch my other XXX Kaisen Otome dating sim games from the same creator, then they are on my channel as well. And we're going to get into this. I'm very excited about this too, because again, Choso, I do like Choso as well. So, but I don't know what it's about, but we're into it. So let's go. Your nose wrinkles in disgust as you dip your fingers into the glass vial, extracting the creature inside. You turn its tiny, unsettling eyes away from you, unable to look at it for too long without feeling the urge to gag. Are we in science class or something? You really wish that ghetto... Why did I say it like ghetto? Like ghetto? Ghetto. I know who this character is, obviously, but I can't say it right. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Hadn't asked you to handle this, but Mahito is busy incarnating the other two deaf painting wombs nearby, and your methods are much more discreet than his. Okay, so I know Choso's supposed to be one of the villains. I don't really see him as a villain. A lot of people don't see him as a villain. But this is why they're bringing up the villain characters, because Choso is a villain in XXX Kaisen, obviously. And we're on the villain side too, it looks like. Your footsteps echo through the abandoned gymnasium as you approach the man bound by your red ropes, a man who had the misfortune of crossing you during traffic. A single trail of blood trickled down from a cut on his forehead, the result of his futile attempt to resist your control. Now his eyes are glazed over, his mind completely dominated by your cursed technique. We got some kind of BDSM technique or something? Like, what is this? Like, open your mouth. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The ropes glow faintly in response to your command. He obeys, his jaw slackening as you push the creature into his mouth. His body convulses, instinctively trying to reject the intrusion. Swallow it. We are crazy with this. He complied, and the transformation begins. What? You turn away, disgusted, as his body contorts and warps. To distract yourself, you check your phone for updates. Mahito has sent you a blurry picture of the other two incarnated deaf wombs. One is the grotesque green bite with hollow, blood-dripping eyes and two mouths. The other is almost human in appearance, save for the horrifying face embedded in his back. Oh, we're doing the other brothers? The other creature brothers that he has? That's not Yuji, obviously. Psycho freak, I'm done. That smiley face. You glance briefly at the man withering on the ground, wondering if this one will end up looking just as monstrous. You quickly avert your eyes, deciding it's better not to dwell on the thought. Time passes in a blur until you hear a deep shuddering breath. You rise from your seat, approaching the now still figure on the floor. A soft gasp escapes your lips. A handsome man lies sprawled on the cold concrete, naked and vulnerable. His skin is pale, almost translucent under the dim light, with only that single cut on his forehead, marring his otherwise flawless appearance. He cute. His face is delicate, almost serene, completely unlike the other two death painting wombs that Mojito incarnated. The only thing that betrays his inhuman nature is the dark stripe across his nose and cheeks, though it could easily be mistaken for a strange tattoo. That's what I thought it was, a tattoo. Like a permanent one? Well, tattoos are permanent. What am I saying? I'm having a moment. Don't mind me. You snap a quick picture of his face and send it to Mojito. Mojito? I don't want to be working with no Mojito, to be honest. Pero bueno. Like, Mappa tried to make it fine in the anime, pero bueno. Still not for me. But I know people who will be dying for that man online, but no. This is us. Mine has finished the incarnation process. I'll be at the base soon. Mojito's reply is almost instantaneous. Psycho freak. Ooh, you got a pretty one. You must be happy. You glance back at the man, watching as his eyelids flutter and slowly open, his eyes adjusting to the light. His gaze finds you, locking onto you with an intensity that's unsettling for someone who's just been born into a new body. Oh dear. As I always say, I do love the character models that the creator puts here. The waist, this is the slimmest waist anybody has here. Oh dear. His eyes cold with dark circles etched beneath them give him the look of someone who's been deprived of sleep for a lifetime. It's giving look. Yes, you're definitely happy. Just looking at him makes this job a little more bearable. You need something cute to look at, you know. Hi, you've got a human body now. Congratulations. He doesn't say anything, just keeps staring at you, his expression unreadable. The breasts are still in my face, and his nipples are so down below. Then almost tentatively, he lifts his hands, examining them as if unsure they're really his. You stay silent, recalling Geto's advice to be calm and patient. But after a few more seconds, you can't wait anymore. My boss, Suguru Geto, rescued you and gave you a human body. He hopes that we can cooperate. Where are my brothers? You're taken aback by the depth of his voice. It's more richer, I do like his voice in the anime too. More resonant than you expected. But his first words asking about his brothers don't surprise you in the least. It's only natural. They've been the only company for each other for years, confined in those glass vials for who knows how long. We managed to rescue 2 of your brothers. They've also received human bodies and are waiting for you at the base. You'll see them soon. You set the bag down in front of him, unzipping it to reveal a neatly folded set of clothes. Here are some clothes. Pick whatever you like. Since you look human now, you need to wear these so other people don't freak out. They'll also keep you warm. Put them on and then we can go see your brothers. He hesitates, his gaze lingering on the clothes for what feels like an eternity. And you can feel your patience fraying at the edges. Finally, he reaches out and grabs them. You turn your back, giving him a semblance of privacy. Gotta be respectful. Got to be respectful. You know what I'm saying? We can't be looking like, whoa. Rude. The rudeness. After a few minutes, his voice softer this time reaches your ears. I'm done. His regular clothes, obviously. Have to have them. You glance back to see him fully dressed. A thin trail of blood has started to trickle down from the cut on his head, tracing a path down his forehead. That won't do. You can't represent him to ghetto. Why do I say it like ghetto? I'm so disappointed. Looking like this, it would reflect poorly on you. Obviously. You start rummaging through the bag for some gauze, then step towards him. He tenses, eyes narrowing as you approach. What are you doing? You stop and raise your hands, the gauze visibly in one, trying to appear as non-threatening as possible. You're injured. I'm just going to help you, okay? He studies you for a moment, then gives you a small, reluctant nod. You close the dentist and begin tending to the wound, gently pressing the gauze against the cut until the bleeding subsides. Up close, you can see his fine details of his face, his features. His eyes, dark and watchful, never leave your face. Do you have a name? He hesitates, his voice faltering slightly as he's still getting used to using it. Choso. Nice to meet you, Choso. You step back, surveying your handiwork. The bleeding has stopped, and he looks a little less like he just cried out of a horror movie. Much better. Alright, let's get out of here, shall we? You open the door for Choso and watch as he steps outside. His movements tentative, like a newborn testing its legs. His wide eyes take in everything, darting from one sight to another with a mix of curiosity and awe. He probably retains some muscle memory from the body he's walking, breathing as naturally as if he's done it all his life. You can't help but wonder how much of this world he understands through the remnants of the body's previous life. You hope it's enough that you won't have to explain every little detail to him. A gentle breeze stirs his long hair like he closes his eyes, savoring the sensation. It's like watching a prisoner step into the light after years of the darkness. Well, basically a prisoner in the vials, I guess. But there's something more to it, a kind of wonder that's almost childlike, untainted by harsh realities of the world. It's strangely beautiful, witnessing his first moments in a human body, the way he seems to soak in every new sensation. If only he knew the pain that comes with being human, well, half human, but he'll learn soon enough. A dull ache settles in your stomach, a bitter pain that you can't quite ignore. With the weight of these thoughts pressing down on you, you walk over to the car and open the door for him. Come on, get in. Suddenly, a gust of wind scatters a bunch of flyers across the ground, and they land at your feet. A man rushes over, his face etched with panic. Grab the flyers. I'm going to grab the flyers just to help the man. You lean down, collecting a few of the scattered flyers. There are advertisements for a summer festival happening in a few weeks, with proceeds going to charity for disabled people. A man reaches you, out of breath. Thank you. You give him a cold stare before handing the flyers back without a word, already turning to leave. Wait, please come visit us at the festival. No. Whoop. We don't have to be rude like that, yeah. Your voice is sharp, final. Without another glance, you get into the car, accelerate away quickly. You never understood why people put on these charades, pretending to care for others when it's clear they don't. You know, I would say it's best to not think about it in that way, just so you could get through what you can do to help if you really do care. Because thinking that everybody's out to get you, everybody's not trying to do this. At the end of the day, you need to worry about yourself, but it's not you should have an I don't care mentality, you know, all the way to, you know, to just think about that. But that some people live their life that way, and they see it like that. It is what it is. Back to the game. Not sorcerers, especially, are bred, defined by the cruelty and violence beyond redemption. We are the villain, right? So I guess we're supposed to think that way. Anyways, I'm pretty sure, so we're supposed to think that way anyway, so I guess that makes sense that we don't care. Choso gazes out the window, memorized by the blur of the passing scenery. The colors are so vibrant, so alive, unlike the perpetual darkness he had grown accustomed to. Everything feels new, yet oddly familiar at the same time. He isn't sure why. Perhaps these sensations come with the body memories imprinted in the flesh. That must be why he knows he's inside a car. Why the words on the signs make sense to him without any conscious effort. Interesting. He shifts his gaze to the woman driving. Us. We a driver. She's the first human he's seen in what feels like an eternity, and something within this body stirs whenever he looks at her. A sensation he can't quite place, an inexplicable pull that draws his attention to her again and again. The body offers no explanation for this strange feeling. Maybe it's because her face was the first thing he saw when he opened his eyes. That's cute. He likes us. Very cute. She looked like he searches his mind for the word, but comes up empty. What is it? Huh? You're staring. Is it bad? This body offers him no explanation. Seems like it won't help him with everything. She's silent for a moment, her expression unreadable. Then she mutters, almost to herself. So you don't know everything? Great. She glances at him. How is he supposed to know everything? Like, don't be like that, sis. She glances at him, her eyes briefly meeting his. Some humans consider staring at someone else rude, especially if you do it to strangers. Not even humans that lived on this earth for a while know everything about the etiquettes of life. So I wouldn't blame him. And he just got out the tube. He just got out his tubes. Oh, how strange. Staring seems like such a harmless thing. The car makes a turn and they enter a bustling area. Choso's eyes widen as he takes in the throngs of people moving through the city center. It's overwhelming. So much activity. So many people. She glances outside, her face as impassive as before, as if this chaotic scene is nothing out of the ordinary for her. But then her expression darkens, a shadow passing over her features. A piece of advice: don't get too close to them. Humans will mock and even hurt you if you behave or look differently from them. Choso shifts his attention back to the people outside. Some are laughing, chatting, their faces lit with smiles. They seem harmless, even joyful, but there's a nagging feeling in the back of his mind. Something instinctive, warning him that it's not as simple as it appears. Why? That's just how they are, cruel for no reason. There's something unsaid, a layer of a meaning. He can't quite grasp. She doesn't seem very fond of other humans. It feels like, so you fight cruel with cruel? She being cruel. She a little bit cruel too, to be honest. So I don't know to be one of that, but I guess it feels like a little like a truth she's withholding, something deeper that he isn't yet meant to understand. But it's also a sense that pressing the matter would be unwise, so he remains silent, absorbing her words in the complex world outside the window. Your POV, our POV. Well, you arrive at Ghetto's current base. It's in an unassuming place designed to blend in just like all the others. The locations are always changing, a precaution to avoid drawing too much attention. You only gather when necessary, when something important is at stake. Follow me. This is a bar? It looks like a bar, or like a club or a lounge, something like that. You lead Choso through the entrance, pushing open the door to reveal a dimly lit room with a bar at the far end. At the counter, his brothers lingered, their twisted forms even more grotesque in person than you imagined. You can't help but wonder how Choso ended up looking so different from them. Older brother, Eso in Keshu. Choso freezes in the doorway, his shock evident, the raw emotion on his face is impossible to miss. His eyes widening, taking in their forms, a mix of the disbelief and something softer, a recognition, perhaps despite the monstrous appearances. They rush to embrace each other. Choso, your hair is falling all over your face. Eso, help him. Eso. Oh, that's where they put his hair into the... What is it, the buns? Or the pigtail thing, or the... They tied up. Eso, the more human looking of the two, swiftly produces a pair of elastic bands. With a practiced ease, pulls Choso's hair in two pigtails, yeah. Much better now. You watch them from a distance, leaning against the doorframe. What a strange family. The story, from what you heard, is the tragic one. You pity their poor mother. Yet here they are, smiling, caring for each other like any other family. Even half curses, it seems, can be kinder than most humans. Our door opens and Ghetto approaches with his usual entourage. Jogo, Hanami, and Mojito trailing behind him like shadows. You bow your head as he enters near. You did well. Prepare the board game while I talk with them. It won't take long. Yes, sir. He approaches the brothers with a kind smile. I'm glad you could join us, Choso. I'm sure you must be confused. I'm going to explain everything. Ghetto gestures for the brothers to follow him to a nearby room. Over here, please. Eso and Keshu immediately follow, but Choso hesitates, his gaze lingering on you. His hair, now tied up in awkward ponytails, distracts you more than it should. There's something almost endearing about the way it softens his face. Do you think humans would accept my brothers? Anyways, next question. His question catches you off guard. You follow his gaze to where his brothers had just disappeared. Memories of your own childhood flash before you, being mercilessly bullied for your ability to see curses, for being different. One of the brothers, Keshu, peeks back from the room, his hollow, blood-dripping eyes unsettling even for you, someone who spent their life surrounded by curses. Choso, are you coming? You know the answer. Choso is seeking, and the truth is as bitter as it is simple. No, they'd never be accepted. Choso nods slowly, the weight of your words settling on him. Well, you gotta tell the truth, I guess. I mean, either way, you gotta tell the truth. Without another word, he turns and follows his brothers into the room, leaving you alone with your thoughts. You lay out the board game on a low table, methodically setting the pieces in place, while Ghetto works his magic, convincing Choso and his brothers to join the cause. We remember when Ghetto did the same for you. Ghetto did the same for you. He didn't have to try hard. Your whole life has been a long stretch of isolation, bullied relentlessly for seeing curses, abandoned by your family while everyone else turned a blind eye. Geto's words are everything you needed to hear, a lifeline. A world where Jiu-Jitsu sorcerers don't have to hide anymore. A world where you're determined to help create. The door clicks shut behind you as Geto exits the room, his usual calm smile in place. It's always the unwavering confidence, the way he seems in control that reassures you. How did it go? They'll join us. They're discussing it among themselves, but the decision is clear. He walked closer, his smile softening just slightly as he leans in, his voice dropping to a tone only you can hear. As suspected, they're expendable. All three of them? Yes. A pang of disappointment tugged at you. It's a shame, really. The older one holds more value. Mahito mentioned he's your type. Whoa! Yo, Mahito is shady. Mahito like to expose people too. He doing way too much. That's so irrelevant, Mahito. Like, what's wrong with you? Your thoughts drift back to Choso, and the hum of appreciation reverts through your mind. He's not bad to look at. Obviously not. Choso gets a smile broadens, a glint of amusement in his eyes. If what we expect happens tonight, you know what to do. You may toy with him if you wish, just ensure he doesn't do anything rash before the date. What? Toy with him? And make sure he trains properly. I can't afford to have him die too quickly. Yes, sir. As Geto moves away, you can't help but feel a surge of exhilaration. The ceiling of Gojo Satoru is only 2 months away. Oh. The thought of finally transforming this world, of stepping out of the shadows into the light, fills you with thrill you haven't felt in years. The future you've longed for is almost within reach, and the anticipation is intoxicating. Not too long after, Choso and his brothers emerge from the room. Your eyes meet Choso's for just a brief moment before he turns his attention to Geto. We'll join you. Wonderful. As Mahito mentioned, we need two people to retrieve Sukuna's fingers for us. Eso Kenshu, how about you? They nod. Before Choso can say anything, Geto continues, his eyes tinged with understanding. Choso, there's something else I need your help with. Choso wavers for a moment, conflict evident in his gaze, but then he nods. You silently observe as the brothers bid each other farewell, not really realizing this might be their last goodbye. Don't worry, we'll take care of each other. See you soon, big brother. Take care, be safe. So cute how he always likes brothers. Their emotions, their bond, there's more to them than the average curse, more depth and complexity. A pang of unease tugs at you as you watch them leave, a small voice in the back of your mind whispering doubts, but you push it aside. This is important. This is for important cause, and causes like this demand sacrifices. After Eso and Keshu leave, you and Geto, Mahito, and Choso gather around the low table where you've already laid out the board game life. Geto explains the rules with his usual patience, and Choso quickly grasps the game's mechanics, his sharp mind easily adapting. As the game begins, Geto's curiosity surfaces, his questions subtly probing into Choso's memories of his time inside a glass container. You seem to have a solid grasp of your curse technique, despite being confined for so long. I had 150 years to analyze it. Mahito lets out in a patient huff, more interested in the game than the conversation. Come on, Choso, it says you need to donate the Art Institute. Pay up. This man, bruh. Choso sighs, his brow knitting in mild frustration as he places the money down. The human world is too complicated. It might seem that way at first, but that's why you two will be partners from now on. Geto's just between you and Choso, his smile as kind and reassuring as always. You nod, adding a playful wink in Choso's direction. I'll be your guide. I have no interest in humans. Mahito snickers, his grin widening with mischief as he looks at you. Yikes, good luck getting into his pet. Mahito, be quiet. This man talk way too much. No. Get this man out the door. You cut him off with a swift kick under the table. Exactly, what is wrong with you? Causing him to hiss in pain and shoot you a murderous glare. Hey, can you two please stop? He had to have his cocotazo kicked because you see how he's talking, Geto? Geto's voice is calm, but there's an edge to it, a subtle threat woven into the gentleness of his words. Mahito huffs, crossing his arms and looking away while you offer a slight, unapologetic smirk before refocusing on the game. The game of life continues, the atmosphere gradually lightening as you, Geto, and Mahito engage in casual conversation. Choso remains mostly silent, observing more than participating, his thoughts clearly wandering elsewhere. And then Choso's hand freezes mid-movement. Just as he's about to advance his piece on the board, the sudden stillness is palpable, and you immediately sense that something's wrong. What's wrong, Choso? Mahito, oblivious, continues his chatter, unfazed by the change in the atmosphere, but you can see it, the tension in Choso's posture, the slight tremor in his hand. In a swift, almost violent motion, Choso snaps his card piece in half, causing Mahito to yelp in protest. Hey, don't break the pieces. My younger brothers died. It's just, I don't know, Geto or Kenjaku, whatever. He a master A manipulator. He a SS manipulator. And I feel like in the man, like both in the anime, man, he's a little bit, but everybody has its. Well, he's a villain. He's supposed to be good at that kind of stuff. But I'm saying, but he is. The words hit you like a punch to the gut. Already? You glance at Geto, who seems more curious than concerned. His expression portraying no surprise. Exactly. Like he knew, acting like, and we shouldn't be acting surprised either because, I feel like we got manipulated a little bit too from our insecurities and weaknesses, because that's kind of what he does. You can tell what's going on. It's one thing if he was fully manifested, but I find it hard to believe those two were killed by a single finger of a cursed spirit. Choso's voice is steady, but his eyes, they're burning with something dark and terrible, despair, rage, and grief. It's all there, swirling just beneath the surface. Mahito, meanwhile, still muttering about the broken game piece. His irritation almost laughably trivial in comparison. Sir, do you want me to go check? Geto's point beeps. His gaze. He glances at the screen, his expression remaining calm, unbothered. No need, we just received the report. He looks up, meeting Choso's gaze. Eson and Keshu were killed by the first years of the Jitsuhai, Itadori Yuji, and his group. Oh, that's the other brother. You watch as the news sinks in, as Choso's eyes harden with a cold, simmering hatred. In the moment, you can see clearly his new purpose. The fire will drive him forward. Across the table, Mahito's grin stretches wider. A maniacal gleam in his eyes. Guys, that reminds me saying, oh no, this brother, the meme. Have you seen that meme that's like, oh wow, oh no, I'm switching up. This man, we are related. When he was trying to fight Yuji, when Choso was trying to fight Yuji. That is so funny. That just reminds me of that meme. Like, it will always be funny to me. Now Choso would definitely be committed to the plan, but for some reason you can't bring yourself to smile. Exactly. You walk into the bar, carefully cradling a steaming cup of ramen in your hands. The room is quiet, almost oppressively so. Choso went to the scene of the fight to oversee the disposal of the bodies, only to return and take the same seat at the table, unmoving and silent. The weight of the brothers' deaths hangs heavy in the air, pressing down on him like a shroud. You need to begin your part of the plan, and that entails making Choso comfortable enough around you. Geto suggested flirting, and you didn't need much convincing. Oh dear. I mean, this is not a good time to be flirting with nobody, but hey, you gotta take a shot. You gotta take a shot sometime. You approach Choso and place the cup of ramen in front of him, setting the chopsticks neatly beside him. The steam rises in lazy spirals, drifting up toward the ceiling. Choso looks at you, his expression confused, his eyes hollow more so than ever. For human bodies to operate at their best, they need a few things. You hold your hand, ticking off each item on your fingers. Food, water, sleep, exercise, and sunlight. If any of these are unbalanced, it might make you feel like you know what. Why are you telling me this? You sit next to him and lean closer, watching as his eyes follow your frame. Because if you want to avenge your brothers, you need to remember that. You might not be human or behave like one, and that's fine, but you have a human body now. So you need to take care of it if you want to accomplish your goals. A little exercise, a little cardio, you know what I'm saying? Let me stop. The truth is, you don't really care about his goals as long as they align with Geto's plan. Choso stares at the cup of ramen. His stomach growls audibly, and a laugh slips out before you can stop it. Why are you laughing? You shrug, trying to suppress your grin. I don't know, I just thought it was funny. He looks at you like you're some strange creature. He can't quite figure out and then shakes his head. He grabs some chopsticks, fumbling with them awkwardly before finally managing to lift the noodle to his mouth. He chews, his eyes widen slightly. This is his first time eating in a human body. It must be an intense experience. You watch him fascinated. He catches you staring, his expression returning to its usual monotony. Didn't you say staring was rude? The corners of your lips quirk in a playful smile. Touché. You hold his gaze deliberately, teasing him with your eyes. His cheeks red and he quickly looks down at the ramen, as his most interesting thing in the world. Your smile widens. He flusters so easily. Toying with him is going to be fun. You lightly tap his arm. Eat up. When you're done, we're going to take care of another basic human need. Hello. I'm kidding. You lean in slightly, your voice dropping to a whisper. Sleep. Sleeping. Hopefully it's just sleep. This is our house? We got a nice house if this house. If this is our house, this is a nice house. You're balling. The woman leads him to a building, then up an elevator to a spacious room. His mind supplies the word apartment. The space is open with a kitchen blending seamlessly into a living room. A large window frames the bustling city outside, its noise muffled but ever present. It's not big, but it should be enough for the two of us. He considers telling her that it's far bigger than the glass enclosure he was trapped in for so long, but he keeps the thought to himself. Exactly. He's still trying to figure out what might make her laugh at him again. Those human nuances are too complicated, too unpredictable. She guides him through the apartment with the air of someone trying to sell a new home. He trails behind her, sadly absorbing her words but not fully comprehending their significance. Their vague impressions of fleeting memories borrowed from this body that hint at some things work, but most of it remains cloaked in despair. And when they enter a small room with 2 beds, positioned near each other. You sleep on that one, I'll sleep here. For now. Every time he achieves that low tone, his face warms up uncontrollably, even though he doesn't fully understand what she means. It bothers him that he can't control his body's reactions, and he wrestles with his frustration. He realizes she's showing him something else. And here's some basic hygiene products and a towel. Do you know how to take a shower? Yes. The light slips out before he can stop it. He has only the faintest idea of what a shower entails, a distant, foggy recollection that doesn't quite reach the surface. But he doesn't want her help. He's just a pawn in her boss's plan. He's determined not to form any deeper connections with them. She eyes him with suspicion, and something stirs within him, an emotion he can't name or understand. It's one more thing to add to the growing list of inexplicable feelings that have plagued him since gaining this body. She hands him the towel and soap and turns toward another room. Come with me. Choso follows, uncertain why he obeys her so easily. He could retreat to the company of other curses where he belongs. Yet for some reason, the bed in the other room has seemed oddly inviting, almost as if it were calling to his tired body. Maybe he'll stay for tonight, then leave tomorrow. He'll tell Ghetto that he prefers to be with me, be with the other curses, because that's what he is, no matter how human he may look. The woman fiddles with a handle, and water begins to pour out. She explains how to adjust it for warm water. Again, it seems unnecessarily complicated to him. Why not just use water as it is? Why does he even need a shower? His voice is the question aloud. My sense of smell is pretty sharp, and since we're sleeping near each other, do me a favor and take a shower, will you? She then walks him through the basics, removing clothes, using soap, shampoo, conditioner. Especially with all that pelo, that hair he has. It's best that he uses the shampoo. It's all very straightforward, but as she talks, he feels his face heating up again. Why does this keep happening? I know that already. Alright, just making sure. If you need help, let me know. His stomach flips yet again for what feels like the 100th time today. He doesn't understand how he manages to elicit such strong reactions from this body so effortlessly. She smiles and leaves, closing the door behind her, and he's left alone. He strips off his clothes and catches a glimpse of himself in the mirror. His reflection stares back, undeniably human in appearance. And chicken breast are back on my face. Even the stripe on his nose could pass as something natural. Something that might belong to this world, but his brothers, they never had that luxury. How could he have lost them so quickly? He should have gone with them to retrieve Sakuna's finger. Now all he can do is avenge their deaths. Itadori and his friends will pay for what they've done, allegedly. Well, for now. With a sigh, he steps under the stream of water. The moment it touches his skin, his eyes widen. The sensation is pleasant. Far more pleasant than anything he had ever experienced. Why hadn't the woman mentioned how good this would feel? Your POV. Choso spent an unusually long time in the bathroom. Just as you start to wonder if he slipped and cracked his head open, the door swings open, releasing that thick cloud of steam. You barely have time to react before Choso steps out completely naked. Anyways, instinctively you look away, but your eyes can't help darting back for another peek. Respectfully. Choso, where are your clothes? You can't just walk around naked. Why is this body shameful? Despite your better judgment, your gaze betrays you lingering on him longer than it should. You hadn't realized before you defined his muscles were, each one standing out with a precision that's almost distracting. That's not it. It's just a human thing. The only people who are supposed to see you naked are those who you're intimate with. Intimate? He's confused. You hum thoughtfully, casually inspecting your nails as if this conversation is nothing out the ordinary. Intimate means someone you share special moments with, someone you let get really close enough to touch, close enough to feel everything. You glance up and catch the moment his expression shifts, his composure faltering as he flinches and swallows hard. But if you want, before you can say anything else, Choso hastily retreats back into the bathroom, his footsteps almost stumbling in his rush. You chuckle quietly to yourself, this is too easy. Despite the heat creeping into your own cheeks, you push it aside. This is just a game. After all, there's nowhere that it'll affect you beyond simple amusement. After what feels like a forever in several rounds of explaining human social norms to him, you finally settle down on your bed. Tomorrow, you begin training to master your cursed technique in this body. It won't be long before you can avenge your brothers. He hums softly, staring up at the ceiling, seemingly lost in thought. It should feel strange, lying so close to a man you barely know. Well, but after years of working with curses, even sleeping in the same vicinity as them, and staying alert to avoid getting killed, this is surprisingly easy. Good night, Choso. You close your eyes, ready to drift off, but you can still feel his gaze on you. It feels like a tangible weight pressing on your awareness. He probably thinks it's fine to watch you as long as you don't notice. I know you're staring. You crack one eye open, just enough to catch the slight of his eyes. Wide eyes, a faint blush coloring his cheeks. Embarrassed, he quickly turns his back to you. A small smirk tugs at your corner of your mouth as you close your eyes again, the room finally settling into comfortable silence. Where can I train? Those are the first words out of Choso's mouth when he wakes up the next day. From that moment on, an obsession takes hold of him, an all-consuming drive to master his cursed technique and learn to fight in this new body. Nothing else seems to matter. You take him to an abandoned gymnasium where his transformation took place and let him train his heart's content while you quietly work on your laptop nearby. Days blur together, each one a mirror of the last. Teasing him has become your daily source of amusement, a little game to see what will make him blush next. He remains distant and cold, his focus always elsewhere, but you don't mind. He's already fulfilling Ghetto's wish, which frees you to concentrate on preparations for the ceiling. Each day ends the same. When Choso finally exhausts himself, the two of you return to the apartment. There he sits on the sofa, staring blankly at the window as if he's lost in the world of his own. He only requests its cup noodles and you don't argue with sheep. He doesn't seem to care about anything else. This routine continues for a week, with you focusing on your own tasks while he grapples with his grief in the only way he knows how. He's sleepy, y'all. Then one morning he can barely get out of bed. He stumbles into the living room and drops down on the sofa groaning. What's happening? You've pushed your body too far? Schnecken, sweetheart. I want to say Schnecken, but I want to say sweetheart. Sweetheart. His cheek flaring in a beautiful red, spreading like wildfire across his face. He quickly averts his gaze, and you can't help the smirk that forms on your lips. He shakes his head lightly as if he's trying to focus. Why didn't you tell me this could happen? You didn't ask. He falls silent, processing your wish. When he tries to move, a hiss of pain escapes him. What do I do? You relax. Since you're half cursed, you should recover quickly. You glance at him, noticing how pitiful he looks slumped on the sofa. With a sigh, you head to the bathroom and return with some relief patches. Where does it hurt? He indicates his back and you instruct him to take off his shirt Sitting down beside him, you begin applying the patches, your fingers grazing his skin as you work. His back is strong, the muscles tall and defined. You've seen him shirtless before, but close up the details stand out in a way it hadn't before. The warmth of his skin beneath your fingertips feels even better than you imagined. Almost instinctively, your fingers trace the shape of his trapezius, sending a shiver through him. He pulls away slightly, his face blushing. What? It tickles. You smile softly. His reaction stirs something in you, something that tugs your heart in on what you hadn't before. Reasoning what's happening, you clear your throat, pushing the distracting thoughts away. It's done. You should feel better soon. He nods, quickly moves away, putting this in between you. We usually say thank you when somebody does something for us. He stops, turns back to you, his eyes as lifeless as ever. Thank you. His voice is low, devoid of emotion or gratitude. You shake your head slightly, but let it go. He returns to the sofa, resuming his habit of staring out the window. It became a routine, a ritual that mirrors how he must have stared at nothingness when confined in that glass vial. You used to let him do it without concern, but now the sight unnerves you. There's something too hollow, too empty about the way he does it. You hand him a tablet. Here, watch something. I didn't want to learn about humans. You can learn new fighting techniques from this. Look. You cue up a martial arts video, holding it in front of him. Reluctantly, he shifts gaze to the screen. Slowly, the video plays. His eyes brighten, the spark of interest rekindling. For now, it's enough to pull him out of his trance, offering him something new to focus on. Choso's POV. Choso doesn't want to learn about humans. After all, he's a cursed. Humans are supposed to be beneath his concern, but when the martial arts video ends and the other videos start playing, he can't look away. Some videos show beautiful places that stir something deep within him, make him want to laugh in spite of himself. And there are some with music that seem to soothe the hollow ache in his heart. Certain songs pull him with a strong urgency, compelling him to listen on repeat until the loops imprint themselves in his mind. The whirlwind of emotions these videos unleash often leaves him exhausted, but it's better than being trapped in his own head all the time. Days pass and he finds himself glued to the screen, watching videos after video. With each one, it feels as though he's slowly unraveling the mysteries of the woman's behavior. Her actions seem less strange, her quirks less baffling. He knows that when she uses the low tone of voice, she's flirting with him. Something humans do when they're bored, trying to get something or interested in being intimate. He's certain it's not the last one. After all, he's just a curse. She's probably just bored. Still, he figures it's important to understand her, especially since she never leaves him alone. He suspects it's under Ghetto's orders, a way to keep him from going after Itadori. But oddly enough, he doesn't mind her presence, even with the constant flirting. According to some of the videos, they're roommates. For some reasons, humans find those words amusing. Though he can't quite grasp why, he still longs to live among the other cursors where he truly belongs, as his roommate pointed out, and he conformed first to him. This body needs rest to function properly. And for now, this place is good for that. He's watching a cat video when a new scent wafts through, the air making his stomach rumble in response. The smell is warm and inviting. She's cooking. He hasn't been interested in trying her food before, but now he can't ignore the pull it has on him. He wanders over the kitchen, silently observing the way she chops, mixes ingredients with practiced ease. She doesn't acknowledge him for a long moment, and then she speaks. Do you want to try some? Can I? Of course. She holds up a piece of chopped food near his mouth. Waiting patiently, Choso hesitates and leans forward, taking the food from her fingers. The taste is surprisingly pleasant, and she seems pleased by his reaction. He quickly looks away, feeling his cheeks heat up. He still can't get used to her. Can you help me make the rest? I don't know how. I'll show you. She guides him through each step, her voice calm and steady. He follows her instructions, and the simple act of cooking together brings a sense of peace he hadn't expected. He notices she seems pleased with his efforts, which in turn makes him feel lighter somehow. He doesn't fully understand why her approval matters to him, but it does. Maybe it's just another human thing. Her hands brush against his. His stomach flips again. He ticks internally, frustrated by his body's uncontrollable reactions. He doesn't mind her touch, but he wishes he could control his responses better. Even after the training hasn't helped with that. As they work, she begins to hum a familiar tune, one that sends a flicker of recognition through him. That song. You know it? It played while I was watching fighting videos. He hummed softly, as if not entirely convinced. What other songs do you know? Oh. A small surge of happiness swells inside him. He hurries to grab the tablet. Yeah, I really like this one, and this one too, and this one as well. She leans closer and his heart skips a beat. The sensation catching him off guard again. Nice, why don't you make a playlist? A what? She smiles and shows him how to do it, her fingers moving deftly across the screen as she explains. She's so close that he can feel her warmth in. His heart pounds even harder, almost painfully. There you are. How? Now you just add the songs you like. He stares at the screen, at the word Choso's playlist displayed at the top. It's such a simple thing, but seeing his name there fills him with warmth that spreads from his chest to every part of his body. For the first time, he feels like he has a personality, something more than just being a curse. As she finishes cooking, he continues to add songs to the playlist, carefully choosing each one. Deftones, Green Day, Paramore. Oh, it's rock music. You like rock music? Or something like rock. Something like, I think it's rock music. Something like that. He wondered if she would like the others. When they finally sit down to eat the meal they're prepared together, he takes a bite and closes his eyes, savoring the taste. So a soft sound of contentment escapes his lips. He hasn't known something as simple as eating could feel this good. His roommate watches him with a small smile, one that isn't mocking or teasing. There's something different in her expression, something that stirs a new feeling in him. He finds himself wanting to keep looking at him. He finds wanting her to keep looking at him like that, as if her gaze has become as essential to him as food, sleep, and warm showers. We're maintaining the man. We're maintaining him, but hey. Maybe if he watches more videos, especially those about cooking, she will give him more of those looks. And maybe he'll understand why it matters so much. Back to our POV. Just try it. If you don't like it, you can throw it in the trash. Choso eyes the ice cream with a suspicion. His brows furrowed as he's trying to solve a complex puzzle. After training, you stopped at a quaint little ice cream shop near the apartment, an old-fashioned place run by an elderly lady with only a handful of customers coming and going. He dips the small spoon into ice cream and hesitantly takes a bite. The transformation to Minnie's eyes lit up with surprise and delight, and before you know it, he's devouring the ice cream with an almost childlike fervor that makes you smile despite yourself. Cute. He thought it was cute, guys. It's not a word you ever to associate with him, but it keeps surfacing every time he does something like this. There's a gentleness to him, a quiet humanity in his actions that's more endearing than Christ-like. Though you never tell him that. Why not? Especially when he's proving to be more human than most. He closes his eyes, savoring the flavor as if the most incredible thing he's ever tasted. You shake your head slightly, glancing around the street. A few passerby cast curious glance at him, but no one lingers. As you watch him enjoy the simple pleasure of ice cream, your mind drifts back to Ghetto's words. How Choso is expendable. Conflicting emotions stir within you. You know it's for the plan, for the greater cause, but the thought of him dying, leaving a bitter taste in your mouth. You can't change the plan, but perhaps you can at least show him a good life can be before his inevitable end. See, I told you it was good. Try mine. You offer him a spoonful of your ice cream and he leans in. His face suddenly very close to yours. Your heart skips a beat and unbidden thoughts of kissing him flash through your mind. You've intensified your flirting, but he still doesn't seem to grasp the hints. Ooh, you wonder if he ever will. Is there something more? Is there more? You already finished yours? Yes. A soft chuckle draws your attention. The old lady behind the counter is watching the two of you with a warm, knowing smile. Your boyfriend sure loves ice cream. I know, right? Thank you, Miss Lynn. Thank you, Miss Ma'am. Thank you, Miss Ma'am. She know the truth, yo. You two can have another serving on the house. You don't usually accept anything from non-sorceries, preferring to keep your distance, but something about her that makes you hesitate. We don't want... Please, it don't make me happy. I want to do it because I know Choso would want more ice cream, but I don't know. Maybe... Should I do it? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know. Guys. Sir. Guys, what do I do? What do I do? I'm gonna accept, just to make Choso happy. Puzzled, you accept her offer, still worried for more as she grins, her face cleared with the kind of genuine warmth you would really see. You and Choso choose new flavors, and the lady gives you both a generous serving. You can't help but wonder why she's being so kind. Maybe the ice cream is about to go bad, and she needs to get rid of it. As you eat it, you notice the lady's eyes linger on you. You're not in the mood for smart type, so you ignore her, focusing instead on the quarter in your hand. Why did she give us free ice cream? Is that a thing? The lady over here is chuckling, her voice carrying a hint of nostalgia. You two remind me and my late husband. He loved ice cream and would close his eyes and bless every time he ate it. Oh. The flavor you choose was his favorite. She pauses, her gaze distant for a moment before refocusing on you. Hope you two have a nice long life. Her words laced with such a genuine kindness stirs something uneasy within you, a tightness in your chest that you can't quite shake. You offer her a small but hesitant nod. You turn and walk out to the store, the warmth of her blessing lingering uncomfortably in the back of your mind. She didn't seem threatening. Don't be fooled, appearances can be deceiving. Do you think she'd treat us badly if she knew what we were? Yes. And the truth is you don't know for sure, and that uncertainty gnaws at you. You learn not to take chances with humans, and you're not about to start now. Why didn't you correct her when she said I was your boyfriend? It was too much work. Does that bother you? I don't care. You lean closer, your voice dropping to a teething tone as you fluttered your eyelashes at him. Does that mean I can call you my boyfriend from now on? No. What? You put a hand to the back of your chest, feigning hurt. Ouch. We just got rejected. You walk a few steps in silence, the playful banter hanging into thought strikes you. Wait, do you even know what boyfriend does? He looks away, a telltale sign that he doesn't. You can't help but chuckle. You know he'll look at it up as soon you get back to the apartment. That's what I was thinking. Like, what? But a few days pass, you find yourself waiting as Choso trains. The heat's still oppressive. Oh my gosh, this is a lot of reading right now. Is this how much words is this? Yeah, I'm sweating. I'm sweating, yo. Though not as brutal as it was the start of summer, you've come prepared, bringing along a small electric fan to battle the warmth. Almost feels like you set up a makeshift office here. Laptop out, a mattress in the corner for quick naps. This abandoned gym has become a second home of sorts. It's so hot you're hallucinating, imagining Choso's soft lines against yours. His long hair brushing against your skin as your bodies are intertwined. Whoa! We a little bit going too far. Can you spar with me? You surely lift your gaze from your laptop, the rivery brokering. I can only improve more with a partner. You can't help but wonder if he picked that up from one of the fighting videos. It wouldn't surprise you. He's improved significantly since he started watching them both as a fighter and as a person. He talks to you more now, shares the new songs he's added to his playlist. It's almost like living in one of those slice of life movies, something you've never experienced before. There's an odd sense that in his own way he's teaching you about human experiences, and you're not quite sure how to handle the emotions that follow. You don't want this to end, but you know it's inevitable. Alright, let's spar. You grab your ropes, letting them snake around your forearms and waist your loyal companions as you prepare. The way tenses, his focus sharpening. You've observed his training enough to know his crisp technique, giving you an edge he doesn't have yet already. What will you give me if I win? Exactly. You fling the ropes at the scattered debris, launching the objects towards he encounters with piercing blood, shredding the projectiles with practiced ease. I have nothing to give you. That's not true. You move quickly, closing the distance between you and exchange blows. He backs your attacks with skill, but you manage to get close enough in his ear. How about a kiss? Ew. He splutters, jumping back as if your words burned him. Can you please focus? Okay, I'm not the one who needs to focus, sweetheart. You shrug nonchalantly, drawing his attention to your bare arms. His eyes widen in realization just as the ropes begin to pull around his legs. He shoots blood in them, desperate to attempt to break free, but he's too distracted. You use the appear to bind his arms. As the first knot forms, you activate your technique, binding whisper. The ropes pulse with a soft blow as your technique takes hold. Relax, Choso, you're tired. You hear him gasp as he tries to use his blood to coat his skin, attempting to restore the ropes, but it's too late. You're already moving, creating more knots. With each one, your control over his mind deepens. His movements slow, becoming sluggish as the ropes coil. Tighter, pulling him in the ground. Ooh! I've never seen somebody use kind of like a quote-unquote kinky like technique to fight like that. I've never heard of that concept before. Do you know anything with that concept? That'd be kind of a cool concept, but again, that's kind of treading, I guess. His movement slow, becoming slightly severe, putting the ground. Stop fighting. He goes still, his body no longer resisting. You pace around him, admiring your handiwork. I didn't think I'd have to use so many knots on you. I'm impressed. You have a strong mind. Satisfied, you released him. The ropes unwind, recording to your arms like obedient serpents. You watch as Choso slowly pushes himself up from the ground. His skin is marked with rope burns, and the red lines crisscrossing his body. They look good on him. It looked good on him, too good. Does it hurt? No. His voice wavers as you tell he's still feeling the effects of your mind control. Her finger tugs at you. Perhaps you went too far, too fast. To make amends, you pull some ointment from your back and hold it to him. Here, for your bruises. The bruises? She glances down his body, noticing the marks for the first time. His face flushes deep red. Oh. Watch help. Obviously, we're gonna help him. Do you want help? He hesitates, then gives a small reluctant nod. You approach him, dipping your fingers into the balm and gently applying it to the skin. You trace your finger over with deliberate care. You touch lingering just long enough to make him shiver. His gaze locked on yours. A mixture of confusion and something else. When your eyes meet, he interrupts sharply before quickly look away. She's biting. What is it? Why do you keep doing this? Doing what? Caring for me. You blink, momentarily caught off guard. You're not caring for him. You're sure he's still in good shape, so you plan works perfectly. That's all. Allegedly. You cut the thoughts off before they can spiral any further and offer him a smile. I just like doing it. His face flushes deeper, but he shakes his head, as if he doesn't quite believe you. Then after a moment he adds softly, thank you. An intense warmth spreads across you, the need to touch him, to bring him closer. Nearly overwhelming, it feels like it could swallow you whole. You sigh, running a hand over your face. Toying with him, he was entertaining at first, but now the craving you're feeling is anything but. To distract yourself, you turn your attention to the ropes, running your fingers over them and noticing they're starting to look brittle. That can't happen, especially if you're going to keep training with Choso. Alright, I need to buy some oil for my ropes. Let's go. Where are we going? You'll see. Gotta oil it up, you guys. Gotta oil it up. Whee! Is we at the adult store? By the way, guys, I got an adult store. If you guys wanna check out what some products I got there, link in my YouTube bio, descriptionals, bio, anything. If you wanna check it out, I needed to plug momentarily since we at the adult store. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get crazy. Anyways, Choso's eyes dart nervously from one mannequin to another at the front of the store. Each one is clad in strange revealing clothing made of leather, some with buckles and straps that seem more like restraints than attire. Come on! His roommate steps confidently into the store and he hesitates before following her inside. They're really gonna think we're dating when we in the store, guys. Ever since their last training session, a strange heat has been simmering within him, hot, relentless, and persistent. He can't stop thinking about the ropes pressing against his skin and the way his roommate looked down at him. His gaze is intense and unreadable. It feels like something has unlocked inside him, but he can't quite grasp what it is. All he knows that he wants to experience it again, even though he lost the fight. The thought confuses him. Shouldn't the feet feel worse? As he trails behind her, his eyes scan the shelves, taking in the bizarre array of items. Handcuffs, odd-looking machines, objects that resemble human anatomy in ways that make his face heat up. What is this place? He wanders further into the store, noticing that many items are labeled with word pleasure. It's a term he's seen often humans on the internet seem to be fixated on. Pleasure in sex. It's in their music, the movies, and even in those intrusive ads from hot milfs in your area that appear when he's just looking up recipes to try with his new roommate. He understands the basics of pleasure, having experience with masturbation before, but the concept of feeling this so-called sexual attraction toward another person. What? Wait, what? Do you see the sentence, y'all? That sentence, I didn't even know that he was doing all that. What? Wasn't it just a couple weeks ago, a day that he did? There's something he doesn't understand. Maybe something is wrong with his body, or perhaps his half-cursed nature prevents him from experiencing these intense human urges. He turns to his roommate only to realize she's disappeared, leaving him alone in the sea of strange objects. His stomach flips uncontrollably. It's getting good, y'all, but I'm getting tired, yo. He uncontrollably. His stomach flicks uncomfortably. He quickly looks around for her. Hello, can I help you? Are you looking for something specific? A staff member's voice snaps him out of his side. She's looking at him with a polite smile, though her eyes seem to linger on him for a bit too long. No, I'm just here with my roommate. He recites the lines she told him to use whenever they're in a store. It's supposed to fend off pushy salespeople, though he's not entirely sure how. The staff member gives him a once-over, smiling knowingly. Oh, I see. She's at the back of the store. If you need anything, just let me know. She smiles at him one last time and walks away, leaving him more lost than before. He makes a beeline to the back of the store where he finds his roommate near display worth casually chatting with the staff member while selecting a few bottles of oil. His curiosity pulls him closer, but as soon as his eyes fall on the pictures beside the display, he freezes. The images show people bound in intricate patterns, their bodies contorted in ways that are both artistic and blatantly sexual. His breath hitches. Those were the exact positions he was tied in during their last session, positions meant for intimacy, for pleasure. A flood of images fills his mind of him and his roommate tangled those ropes. Their bodies pressed together, their hands supporting each one of his skin. He rushes through him, his face flushing with a mix of arousal and confusion. He feels like he's about to combust. Is this what those songs were hinting at? This overwhelming desire? Could it be that he's turned on by his roommate? Do you want anything? Her voice cuts through his haze, making him jump, his heart slamming against his ribcage. We got money, we got money. He can't even look at her now without picturing her naked, tied up with him, near bodies moving together in ways he never imagined before. He's losing it. Choso? No, I don't need anything. His response is sharp, almost panicked, and before she can say anything, he bolts out of the store. She joins him a few moments later, and they start walking back to the apartment. He keeps his eyes locked straight ahead, desperately trying to shove the thoughts aside, replaying the puppy videos he saw earlier in his mind. I didn't think you'd get so flustered by the store. I didn't. Sure. The walk back is steeped in tension. Her glances only adding to the heat simmering beneath his skin. Back at the apartment, she curses under her breath, realizing she forgot to buy groceries. She asks if he wants to come with her, but he shakes his head, declining. There's a flicker of hesitation in his eyes, and he knows exactly why. I'm not going after Isidore before the plan. That's why Ghetto told you to be my partner, right? Her eyes widen in surprise. She hadn't expected him to be aware of that, but he's known for a long time. Go, I'll stay here, I promise. The word promise makes her face relax. He learned it's a weight from a video, but how it seems to ease human minds, binding them with a sense of trust. It works like a charm, and she nods, leaving him alone in the apartment. We're muy confiado in Choso, really. The moment the door closes, Choso locks himself in the bathroom, stripping off his clothes with their shaky hands. Maybe a warm shower will help clear his head, cool down the fire. It's been simmering inside him ever since they left the store. As if the water cascades over his skin, it's only making this work. He tries cold water, but his cock is already hard, throbbing with need, and no amount of cold water will douse it. Yo, none of the other ones was talking this crazy now. I'm here for it, but I don't know if something gonna go around that I need a sensor, because I thought I was gonna need a sensor for the told you one, but I didn't need a sensor. His fingers twitch as they graze his length, and a low, desperate sound escapes his lips. He can't stop himself from imagining it's her hand, touching him, for her fingers wrapped around him, stroking him, teasing him. The thought alone nearly makes his knees buckle. He keeps going, his strokes becoming more confident, more urgent as his body responds eagerly to the fantasy. His thoughts spiral out of control, each one more vivid and brazen than the last, pushing him toward the edge. The sensation is overwhelming, her breath against his neck, her nails dragging down his back. It feels too good, too effing good. Suddenly, the front door creaks open and he freezes. Girl, why are you in this? You saw me going in? Her voice echoes through the apartment, calling his name. Panic surges through him, but the need coursing through his veins is too powerful to ignore. He turns a hand over his mouth, definitely lifting his bones as he strokes faster. The pressure inside him building the fever pinch. His body tenses and then it unravels. He comes hard, a wave of blinding pleasure crushing over him, so intense it steals the breath from his lungs. His vision blurs, spots dancing before his eyes as he slumps against the cold tiles, trying to steady his ragged breathing. It's incredible, like nothing he's ever felt before. She knocks on the bathroom door. He barely manages to stifle a gasp, his cock still twitching in his hand. I'm here. Alright, just making sure. Her voice carries the note of relief, so she's been worried he might have slipped out the hunt down into the door, but how could he, especially now? Not when his mind is overwhelmed with these raw, distracting thoughts. He got his down at the water swirling around his feet, the evidences of his release washing away. He thinks he finally understands why humans are so obsessed with pleasure now. The knowledge alone is both thrilling and terrifying. This is long. Now that I'm thinking about it, this is really long. Is this longer than the other ones? This is like over an hour. Your POV. What do you mean you don't want to train together anymore? We've trained enough. I'm ready. You narrow your eyes at him, suspicion curling in your gut. We trained together once. I know, but it was enough. Did I hurt you that bad? You know its story is going to be even worse, right? The kiss punches pack a real punch. It's okay, I can handle him. Is it because of the ropes? No! His hasty denial only deepens your suspicion. Look, I know some positions can be embarrassing, but you could look good. It's not because of that. Your eyes narrow further as you take in the flush of his cheeks. He's hiding something you're determined to figure out. If it's making him this flustered, it must be something juicy. And there's no way you're letting him off the hook. Not when he still hasn't been able to beat you. Ghetto wouldn't be pleased if you stopped the training before Choso is ready. Plus, you want him to stay alive for longer, at least. Alright, we can stop. His shoulders slippery, but you're not done. If you can defeat me. His eyes widen, panic flaring in them. Is your embarrassment more important than avenging your brothers? His expression hardens, the embarrassment fading into determination. He takes a breath. Okay, let's do it. You grab your ropes, feeling the familiar weight of them coil around your forearms. Choso is already blushing before you even get close. Are you okay? His gaze flickers through the ropes at your waist and back at your face. Yes. The fight begins and ends in a flash. You stand, arms crossed over your chest, watching him. He won't meet your gaze. How the hell is he going to survive if he can't even handle this? You're not even making an effort. Are you trying to piss me off? His cheeks are aflame. He still refuses to look at me. To look at you. Frustration burns in you. He's tied the ropes around him, hoping to snap him out of it. But instead he lets out a soft, needy moan. You freeze. Did you just... We're getting too crazy now. You pull the ropes tighter again, and he moans once. The sound of sending him into shock stays your core. He shoot like a lightning bolt, flashing back to his reaction in the sex shop. Oh, I understand now why you want to stop training. You step closer, your heart racing. If this is true, it's so much better than you ever imagined. You're liking getting tied up a bit too much, huh? His eyes meet yours, a mixture of hurt and embarrassment swirling in those dark depths. Yes, that's why I wanted to stop training. I know you only flirt with me because you're bored. You blink, caught off guard. Where did you get the idea from? It's obvious. Why would you want me? I'm just a disgusting half-cursed that. You cut him off by pulling on the ropes and pressing your lips to his. His lips are just as soft as you imagined, and when you pull back, he's staring at you with wide, stunned eyes. You let the ropes fall to the ground. I wanted you from the moment I saw you, Choso. I don't care what you are. It's giving fanfic. Something inside him snaps, and suddenly he's kissing you back with hunger that catches you off guard. His hands are awkward, unsure, but you guide them to your ass, pulling him closer. He responds, gripping you tight and moan until you kiss. Your own desire spiraling out of control. You've waited for this for so long. Guys, guess we're gonna be mad that we're not even training this brother. We're not training him the way he wants us to train him. The sound of your mom seems to throw him off. And for a moment he forgets how to kiss, his movements stuttering. But you guide him, coaxing him back into it, and soon he's kissing you with a passion that leaves you breathless. When the need becomes too overwhelming, you pull back, panting. Let's continue somewhere more comfortable. Wait! I think this is done. Or no. Do I have to censor something? I might need to censor something. Which is fine, really. I thought you said it'd be more comfortable. His voice is laced with both confusion and arousal as he lies down on the bed, his hands bound securely behind his back by the red ropes you expertly tied. The ropes dig into the skin, accentuating the hard lines of his muscles as he flexes unconsciously, his body testing the restraints. The sight alone sends waves of pouring beneath him. But it's not the cold, hard ground. You draw a finger along the sensitive skin of his inner thighs, watching as his body responds with a shiver. How much memory do you have of sex from this body? Almost nothing. It's really hazy. Then I'll be your first. You lean over him, your lips hovering on near his ear, your breath hot against his skin. You reach down, teasing his nipples with a slow, deliberate tug. He moans, his back arching instinctively. The sound deep and raw. It sends a shiver down your spine. You're gonna put some R&B music in the back of this track, though. Please. His voice is raw with need, and the sight of him like this vulnerable despot tugged at something deep within you. For a moment, you hesitate, your heart betraying you with a pang of tenderness, but you push it aside, begging already. Where's the stoic composure gone, Choso? It's gone. Just please, use me. Oh dear. Oh dear. His words and the desperation in her voice claw at your heart, tugging too strongly, too deeply. You can't afford to let him have this effort on you. Turning around, you adjust your feet on his thighs, hoping to create some distance from the storm of emotions he's stirring within you. You let out a soft sigh, more to yourself than him. You're going to be the death of me. And I think we're done. Right? No. Later, you curl up together in bed. Okay, we skipped over the craziness. It's what you wanted from the start, to share a bed, to feel his warmth against you, and get his steady breathing lulls you into a sense of comfort. That nagging sadness only grows. You really don't want this to end, but deep inside you know it will. You wish you could talk to Ghetto, but fear of his reaction keeps you silent. And yeah, because we didn't train him. Well, not the way he wants us to. And that thought lingers in your mind as you drift off to sleep, his body pressed tightly against yours, your heart caught in confusing tangle of desire and dread. crazy though. Choso stands far away, his figure hazy in the distance. You try to call out to him, but the words die in your throat, swallowed by the oppressive silence that surrounds you. Suddenly Getsu is beside you, he's smiling, but something sinister in the way his lips curl, in the way that stitches on his forehead seem to riff and pulse as if they were as one. Did you say goodbye? What? Don't tell me you killed Choso. Your breath catches in your throat as you see Itadori appear in front of Choso. It happens in an instant. Itadori's first shoots forward with a sickening crunch. It punches straight through Choso's heart. Blood splatters across the ground, dark and crimson, as Choso's eyes go wide with shock and pain. You gasp. The sound strangled, desperate, but no words come out. You want to scream, to cry his name, but it's after your voice has been stolen, trapped in the back of your throat. Getsu's hand clamps down on your shoulder, his grip iron strong, keeping you rooted to the spot as Choso collapses to his knees, his life slipping away with every ragged breath. He is expendable, just like you. Now the nightmare. You wake with a start, heart hammering your chest, breath shaky and uneven. What's wrong? Choso's voice pulls you back to reality. You turn to see him beside you, alive and real. Relief washes over you. It was just a nightmare. Getsu will never say that to you. I don't know about that. Choso awkwardly caresses your arm, his touch tentative, as if he's unsure how to comfort you. It's alright, I'm here. You look at him for the first time, he's smiling. A small hesitant smile, but a smile nonetheless. Without thinking, you hug him, burying your face in the crook of his neck. He freezes for a moment, then slowly wraps his arms around you. Your hearts beat and sink, alive and real. You can't let him die, you won't. You need to train harder. He chuckles softly, the sound of rumbling in his chest. What brought this on the sudden? Promise me you're going to do your best. I promise. Guys. Oh my gosh. What is this runtime, y'all? This runtime is crazy. Choso lies on the sofa, his body wrapped around here, the warmth of her skin seeping into him. It's strange, this comfort, this closeness. He's still not used to it, the intimacy they share. My voice is giving out because I didn't know this was going to be this long. I didn't know this was going to be this long, guys. Guys, how long is this? Somebody said it's 48 minutes. This is not no 48 minutes. There's some music from the playlist drifts in the background, a soundtrack to this surreal new reality where he's not alone, where he's no longer confined to a glass container staring at nothingness. Humans aren't so bad. The words escape him before he can think them through. He said them a few times, each time with more conviction, trying to convince not just her, but himself. Her body tenses slightly, then she turns her head to look at him. You're just saying that because you're sleeping with one. Whoa! No. He chuckles, the sound vibrating through him. He can't help but smile as he gently caresses her skin, his fingers tracing the lines of her body. This connection they have, this intimacy, it feels better than anything else. Even the pleasure they share doesn't compare to this. Sometimes he's afraid it's all a dream, that he'll wake up back up in the glass prison alone and empty again. I used to think humans were only capable of harm. You said as much when we first met, but you showed me there's more to them. He pauses, searching her eyes for understanding. More to what I am, even if half of it. Her expression shifts slightly. He knows something's on her mind. Then she speaks. Humans aren't inherently bad. It's complicated. I'm gonna say it's complicated. I don't want to be like that. Her tone is softer, more introspective, and he notices the shift in how she talks about humanity. It's less harsh, less certain. He wonders if he has something to do with that, if maybe he's showing her a side of humanity she's forgotten or never seen. I mean, that's true too, so that's why I said it. It's not so black and white like I want to believe. Humanity isn't inherently bad nor good. I had the misfortune of seeing the bad most of my life. Exactly. He feels a pang in his chest at her words, sensing how hard this is for her to admit. She spent so long believing one thing, and now she's struggling to see the gray in the world she once thought was only black and white. He holds her closer, hoping that maybe in his arms she can find some peace. As time passes, his dear eventually falls asleep in his embrace. He used the word to address her once, and she got so flustered that now he makes a point to use it whenever he can. He touches his little finger to hers, thinking back to the story he heard in a video about how there's a red thread of fate that the gods tie on two people's little finger. It might tangle, but it never breaks. Would the gods do that to him, even though he's only half human? Is the humanity in his blood enough, as he wants to believe it is? In these quiet moments, with her warm and soft in his arms, the burning need for revenge against its door in his group fades, as if the hatred can't quite reach him when she's near. But deep down, he knows he can't abandon his brothers, can't let go of the promise he made to them. For now, though, he lets himself drift, savoring the peace she brings to him, even if it knows it can't last. Oh my gosh. Somebody said this runtime is 48 minutes. This is not 48 minutes. I'm very much enjoying this, but I'm getting so tired. I'm getting so tired of reading, guys. Like, I'm not even kidding. Why do I have to be in this position? His voice carries a mix of frustration and arousal. His eyes darting around, dimly lit journey, he sits comfortably in the cold ground. His rope keep him bound, his wrists secured behind his back, leaving him vulnerable and his muscles tense, straining against the bindings as if testing their strength, but you know how they won't give. The sight alone sends a thrill through you, igniting the familiar heat between your legs. Guys, we can't train with this man unless we want to get crazy with him. That's why we can't be training with these type of people. You lost again. Of course he's gonna lose. You circle him slowly, the soft thud of your footsteps echoing in the empty space. I'm so hard. You stop in front of him, letting your gaze travel down his body, taking in every detail, the way his chest rises and falls with deep breaths, the way his cock stands at full tension despite his predicament. He didn't mean to, you're distracting. Hey, I didn't mean to, you're distracting. Oh dear. You need to try harder. The time is running out, the ceiling is only a few days away, and the weight of the approaching battle hangs heavy in the air. You can't let Choso die, but you don't know if he will survive at this rate. The pressure gnaws at you, twisting in your gut. You can't interfere with the plan. You can't. He has to survive. He has to kill Itadori. Please, this place is too open. His plea is laced with a mix of embarrassment and arousal. His eyes flicker toward the gym's entrance. You follow his gaze, a smirk tugging at the corners of your lips. You don't seem bothered by that. Your eyes drop pointedly to his hard cock. I'm sorry, I can't get over it. And you watch with satisfaction as a deep blush spreads across his cheeks, staining his skin a delightful shade of red. Are you just going to leave me here? I should, but I can't have anyone else see it like this. My darling, please. The words catch you off guard and you nearly choke on air. He picked up on the habit of calling you pet names, teasing which one flutters you the most. Maybe you're been bad influence on him. You think? Ah, Choso, what am I going to do with you? Your voice is low, teasing as you can bend the ropes to lift one of securing it high to give you better access as you move to sit behind him. We're not training, guys. As you rise to your feet, you casually wipe your hand on the nearby cloth. You gaze, never leaving him as he starts to gain his composure. I'll win next time. I believe it when I see it. I'll do it. There was promise in his voice, a double-edged spark, sending a shiver down your spine, while igniting a quiet fire that you hope within your heart. You silently pray he means it. Guys, you stand outside the car waiting for Ghetto as Choso sits aside, his head slightly bobbing to the rhythm of the music. The ceiling is tomorrow night and the weight of it bears down as he would like a heavy unyielding force. Earlier today you visited the metro station to ensure the explosives were in the place, but your mind was elsewhere, your focus fractured and splintered. The usual precision that guided your every move was replaced by uncharacteristic clumsiness that left your stomach twisted and not of anxiety. You glance back at the car, watching Choso and Ghetto's grand plan. There's no guarantee of his survival. He doesn't even consider that Choso had a chance against Itadori, but you can't accept that not when you've come to care for him in ways you hadn't anticipated. You want him to survive, to have more time with him. There are many more songs you want to share with him, so many more new foods to experience together. The thought of losing him is a weight you're not sure you can bear. You could tell him to stay away from Itadori to defy Ghetto's orders, but the consequences of such defiance are unimaginable. And Ghetto who gave you a purpose when you had none, who pulled you from the abyss and shaped you into the person you are now, how could you betray him? I see you and Choso are closer than ever. Ghetto's voice cuts through your thoughts, making you jump. He's suddenly beside you, as if materializing from the shadows. You bow your head slightly, a gesture of respect that feels almost automatic. Sir, we've checked the explosives, they're in place. We also have the training schedules. You report the rest of preparations with a voice that's steady, professional, but there's intention in your tone that you can't quite conceal. As you speak, your eyes flicker to stitches on his forehead. A memory of your recent nightmare flashes before you. The stitches with riffing, pulsing, almost alive. But then Ghetto smiles, and then the unease dissipates like mist under the morning sun. He steps closer, placing a hand on your shoulder, with a gentleness that contrasts with the weight of your worries. Good job. His gaze shifts to the car, which Choso waits, and the subtle smile tugs at the corners of his mouth, amusement dancing in his eyes. Don't go too hard on him. I need him in one piece. The words you want to say plead for Choso's safety, to spare him from the battle with Itadori sticking your throat heavy and unspoken. You want to tell Ghetto how much you want to care for Choso, now that you don't want to lose him, even if it means deviating from the plan, but you can't after everything Ghetto has done for you. After the loyalty you've pledged to him. I'll see you tomorrow night. With that, Ghetto turns and walks away, leaving you standing there, the weight of your unspoken words looming choices pressing down harder than ever. You watch his figure recede into the distance, your mind tangled in a mess of guilt, fear, and deep, gnawing uncertainty about the path you're on. Oh my gosh, this runtime is so much. This is like 2 hours, guys. This is like 2 hours. Choso sits in the car trying to focus on the music playing through the speakers, but his attention is glued to the two figures outside. Oh dear. I mean, he's not gonna die anyways, because you know, we know what happens with Itadori. But right now. Alright, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna get some water. Wait here, because oof. Because I didn't even know. I didn't even know this game was gonna be that long. Wait here, guys. I'm gonna be back momentarily. We're about to be in the battle, so we're almost done, guys. We should be almost done. She's talking about get to her posture attentive, her expression soft in a way that stirs something uncomfortable in him. It's a mix of warmth and sadness that burns in his chest. He wants her to look at him like that, not with worry or concern, but with pride. Lately, it feels like all she does is fret about his upcoming fight with Itadori, about whether he's strong enough, fast enough, ready enough. He doesn't want her to worry, he wants her to believe in him, to trust that he can handle whatever comes his way. As Geto's hand lands on her shoulder, Choso's body tenses, his breath hitches, and a fierce heat surges through him. It's not just the touch that bothers him, but the way Geto glances up from the distance. The intensity of the gaze ignites something primal within him, something he's never felt before. Jealousy. When she finally returns to the car, sliding into the seat beside him, Choso can barely contain the storm brewing inside him. Let's spar. She blinks, clearly taken aback by the sudden intensity in his voice. He could see the confusion in her eyes as she studies his expression, trying to make sense of his abrupt urgency. Right now? Yes, let's go.